Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right, I'm coming in for another long reading. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I'm missing. All right, so I go long in detail for a reason. So if none of this applies to you, sits right with you, you don't want to hear what I have to say, that is okay. I will be back some other time. One thing I will be picking up on, though, is you're finally going to get an opportunity to express your feelings, speak your truth. There is something about the throat chakra. It's time for you to speak up about when it comes to you and the person that you're connected with, okay? Clearly, there is something with this collective you've been holding back or suppressing in some form of feelings when it comes to this person. I'm hearing it's time for you to speak up. Maybe you are having throat problems. There is something to do with like the throat chakra now. There is a need to want to speak up about something. So like I said, I go long in detail. But I really just want to check the overall energy first before I break this bad boy down. Okay, so I got telepathic and then chaser right here. Numbers 95 and 48 could be, or I'm sorry, I said 95 for a reason, but I meant 56 and 48 because the numbers are kind of upside down. My bad. Random thoughts and intense feelings, and then chaser. I feel like, again, you intuitively know. That's where I'm saying, like, that there is something, something's coming intuitively. And I feel like with that telepathic communication that is going on, I feel like this person's literally showing up in your dreams saying, I'm coming for you, I'm on my way. Or even then you could be practicing like meditations and you're like, or for some of you too, you could also, divine masculine at the bottom deck sign, this person's on their way towards you. You can intuitively feel. It's like you can almost smell them a mile away. Okay, that's where, like I said, others of you could also be a tarot reader. You could be practicing divination. You're like, oh crap, right now. So this person's on its way. Forgiveness. What did I just say? Oh wow. The number 21 could also be very significant to you. Letting go of emotional burdens. Yeah, this person's coming in for an apology. And there's a reason I said speak your truth. Forgiveness, there's something to do with forgiveness. Now, let me make this so clear. I am never going to be that tarot reader that's going to tell you to forgive somebody, tell you what to do, tell you to take somebody. I am definitely not here to do that. So let me make that clear. However, forgiveness is a big thing here. I feel like I'm going to be honest with this collective. I don't think you're ready to forgive this person. That's okay. But there is something about this person. Clearly, this. This person wants to come in and say, I'm sorry. There's specifically maybe a dream that you've had that maybe this person's like breaking down in tears and saying, I'm sorry, and being at your doorstep and all this sort of like nonsense. I don't think you're ready to forgive this person. I'm going to be honest. This feels... Oh, wow. So then I got free will and tumultuous lives. The numbers 60 and 72 are also very significant here. 1 second. And at the bottom of the deck, I got Aries energy. It could be you could be an Aries. This person could be an Aries, but even then, that's just the energy present here, okay? Something could have happened during Aries season is also very significant for some of you. I don't think you're let me make this clear. Again, do not make these details fat. I don't think you're in contact with this person at all, especially if there's telepathic communication. I feel like there is some form of intensity going on. You could also be spotting eagles right now, or just big birds like falcons, all that sort of stuff. You could be seeing those a lot right now. I feel like I'm going to be honest, you are clearly attached to somebody that was operated very selfishly. I think with this Aries energy at the bottom of the deck, they would always cut things off with you very impulsively. I feel like this person didn't want to be tied down. And I'm going to be honest, I'm also feeling addictions could have been a big damper between you and this connection. Let me see about this addictions. Settling. Wow. I know I'm not happy, but I feel I have no way out. I just can't walk away from my duties and the one I am with. And even if I'm not entirely happy, okay, I said this person could struggle with addictions. That could definitely be a sign. Yeah, in separation. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. Let me make this, don't make details fix. I love getting yelled at. This person is clearly still... even with somebody as of right now. They want your forgiveness. I feel like this person lied to you. I think maybe this person would give excuses on why they could never commit to you. And I think addictions did play a role in it. And maybe for some of you, yes, it could be addictions, but I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I do feel like this person also struggles with mental health. So if addictions are not a huge role in it, and again, not saying it's an excuse, but I think this person with the free will pulled the, I just want to be independent. I want to be alone. And real quickly, they got with somebody. And no, there's a reason I feel like this collective, I don't think you're ready to forgive this person as of right now. I don't feel there, again, there is a reason from the start. I said it's time for you to speak your truth. I think this person lied to you. Let me see what else. Okay, and then I also got Libra energy. So you or this person could be a Libra. Okay, it's all about being romantic, charming, diplomatic, and it's also involved with the chaser. So you could be a Libra. I just, for right now, I'm still feeling like this is just more of the energy that is present. Yeah, like I say, I feel like that's just like the energy. Like I say, I brought up so far Aries and Libra. That's where it's like a scale, literally. They're this person so back and forth. I felt like when you and this person were good, you guys were great. But again, I felt like, as horrible as it sounds, when this person was with you, they were very lazy. They didn't put too much effort into you, and then you're watching this person go with somebody else. My throat's getting sorry. My throat keeps getting blocked. That's what, this poor collective, you're holding some resentment towards this person, okay? And then all of a sudden, this person could perfectively really moved on their life like they were truly happy with somebody else. Let me confirm this forgiveness. Sentimentality talks about the past. The memories of us bring me joy, but agony at the same time. I think about you continuously, and you are never far away from my thoughts. I think that's the both of you. And I think this forgiveness is how this person treated you in the past. Let me do a couple more. Okay, so then I also got Scorpio energy. You or this person could be a Scorpio. I always say my Scorpios are like, I brought this up before. Scorpios are like icebergs, okay? You guys really, if I'm talking to a Scorpio, I feel like this person could very much be a Scorpio is what I'm getting. Again, even then, it's the energy it's present here. You know, think of an iceberg. Yes, what you see above the ocean, it's pretty big, but what's beneath the ocean, holy moly, it is much bigger than what's presented above. That's how this person, I feel like, has always operated with you. They've only given you a small scotch, I can't talk right now, of how they feel towards you and what they want with you versus, and then again, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I feel like there has been deeper feelings within them, true avoidant, that has been happening. But again, I feel like there was fragmentation of the soul, significant drama from the past, checking out in certain situations. I feel like this person, there is something about, as bad as it sounds, this person would like get bored of you easily is kind of more what I'm getting. Tumultuous lives. And then desensitize. I'm telling you, there could be literally like that picture. There could be some addictions being faced here. The pain of our separations tearing me apart. I don't know how to handle my feelings and emotions. This person, instead of working through the pain, I use and take whatever helps me numb. As bad as it sounds, they are even, and again, I can't get over that detail too. They are clearly with another third party as of right now. Like if you're kind of questioning, I don't think my person's with anybody, not your reading. They are clearly, this person has always found a way to numb themselves out. Whether it is distracting themselves with other lovers, another relationship, or again, I'm even hearing addictions of some form. I don't think this person has gotten all the way over the addictions, and maybe you've always hoped that they would get through it. There has clearly been a history that this person is a master of coping. Let me do a couple more and we'll be done. There's that Aries energy that popped out, and then I got divine timing right here. I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much conflict in our lives. I think whenever you're, and like I said, even then, Libra, Aries, and Scorpio, those are, you could be this person, sorry, or it could be, those time frames could be very significant to you as well, okay? But even then, I felt like every time this person would break things off with you, I think this was a very short-fumed relationship, a short-lived relationship. Anytime I felt like this person was very much in and out of your life, this person wouldn't stay in your life more than a week or two, I feel like. They would come in, everything about this spread is all about they would come in so passionately and then they would be extremely cold on you. This person could have really been cruel to you. They could have been nasty towards you, and I can see where the resentment is kind of coming in because they treated you a certain way, made you think and believe and operate a certain way when it comes to them, and then from the sidelines I burped, sign again, a release that is happening, and then from the sidelines you're watching this person be happy with somebody else. Of course it's like a what the, and I don't feel like, in a way, yes, again, like I said from the start of this reading, you could feel like this person is on its way towards you, but at the same time maybe you don't want to believe it because they are still with somebody else, and you're like, oh, maybe this person, the one good part about them is maybe anytime they would get with somebody, they never would talk to you while they were with somebody else. So part of you is like, are they really coming because they still have a boyfriend, they still have a girlfriend, whatever the case is, gender doesn't matter on my page. I feel like for the first time you are no longer chasing this person, where before there is clearly a chaser energy that is coming out of this. I feel like this collective, for the longest time, there is something about you, and I feel like there is a little bit of mirroring going on as well. You've kind of desensitized your way, and I brought up addictions, bad as it sounds, again, trigger warning, I'm sorry. Maybe if this person doesn't all the way struggle with addictions, maybe you did at one point. Maybe this connection did push you to your breaking point, that you got caught up on certain addictions, and maybe you're starting, learn to get off of that stuff. Let me do one more actually for that addictions. Soulmate sign. Like I said, could be this person, but I think the biggest thing right here is they're with a third party right here. But that's what I'm saying. I think this connection broke this collective. I really do. All right. Now, to continue to see if this is still your reading, I want to see more specifically, how do you feel about this person, okay? And like I said, I'm here to confirm the energy, not tell you how to feel, okay? So if you don't feel a certain way about somebody, that is okay, my babies, all right? But let me see. Actually, I want to turn this light down. I know it's making my face look orange. It's the freaking lighting, okay? But let me see now. How does this collective feel about their person? Like I said, I don't think you're ready to forgive this person. I think maybe you're in true anger. Queen bee, please. And safe place. Feels like home, sense of security, comfort zone. Let me do actually a couple more. Okay. Explore the waters. And then lighting the way right there. Wow. I think you have finally hit this point when it comes to your person that you deserve better. Maybe you are hitting truly this point. Again, don't make these details fit. My person ain't shit. Maybe you really have hit that point. Maybe you are, and with that safe place, maybe for the longest time you really did think that this person was quote unquote your twin flame or a soulmate, because I did get soulmate that came out and you're like, that's not my soulmate. No. And I think that there is some accountability that has been taking place within this collective, because I always believe in this saying a little bit of you are what you attract. As bad as it sounds, if you don't have self-worth, if you continuously chase energies that, replace you, that always make you feel like the grass is greener on the other side, that says a lot to do with, again, your confidence within yourself. And now with this queen bee, you're standing in your self-worth. I think this person, you are understanding this person's teaching you a big lesson. I do feel like regardless of what label you put on this person has clearly taught you to go find yourself, to really stand in your power, to stand in your self-worth, to know that you deserve better. Like I said, I truly think this collective, you are hitting the spot of my person ain't shit. Yes, this person taught me a lot. I made some, if, this collective, you did fight some form of addictions, and I always say, like, we need to stop, because I get this a lot in my clients of, like, when they do struggle with sadness, or, they cope a certain way because they're so heartbroken. They're like, I know I shouldn't do that. You should never feel ashamed for falling in love. And I feel like, though, that is maybe a struggle this collective you are still beating yourself up about. That is okay to stand in your self-worth and say, my person ain't crap, they're a loser. If they replaced me with somebody else, that tells me a lot about them, has nothing to do with me. That is great that you are in this mindset, but I think a part of you is kind of doing the almost that, I don't know why I met them, or I don't know why, what was the point of that. Again, it's to push you to stand in your power, to become the queen bee, to be a true leader. But I can't get over how bad this person broke you, especially with that safe place. This person made you feel like home. They brought your inner child out. They healed a part of you at one point, and all of a sudden they betrayed you. Of course, it's going to be very uncomfortable and be very unsettling. Let's see what the safe place is. Taking action, taking control of the situation, forward movement, willingness to do the work. Let me do another one for that taking action. And then lone wolf, free spirit, happily single right here. So sign, I feel like this collective, you are very much single right now. And like I said, for the time being, I think for the first time, your mental health has gotten better. If you did struggle with addictions at one point, like maybe you are getting past that. I clearly see you are, the way your attitude is, you're getting past that. You have gotten out of your own way. You've clearly have hit a point of, whatever your guys' last interaction was, that was the moment you're like, okay, I'm done here. And I think you're sticking to your guns. Queen Bee. Blessed union, meant to be together, love that transforms, divine mission, then cost of vanity, which talks about narcissism. That's what I just said. That confirms it. For the longest time, you could have really chased this energy with that taking action. Maybe you were always the one, as bad as it sounds, I don't mean to trigger this collective, you would like beg this person to stay or beg this person to talk to you. And for the first time, seriously, I feel like you've dealt with this person for at least 2 years, because this has been a long time coming. You have finally hit a point of, I'm done, I'm on my own, and I'm okay with that. I'm free. It's almost like they did me a favor. You're not jealous anymore. You're not bitter anymore as far as them moving on from you, because this person has moved on from you, but I feel like they've done this to you before. Oh, okay. Planetary vibes, and then a loyal companion right here. Loyal and devoted, unconditional love and protection right here. There's something about the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy and Toto. Gnomes could also be very significant. Gnomes, gnomes could be very significant. I truly do feel like you did label this person for the longest time as your soulmate or as a twin flame, because you were like, I think that was another reason you gave this person so much slack in the way they treated you. Well, because it's all about growth and they got to go find them. I don't think on it. And that's another reason, because I always say, like, I'm going to use twin flames. True twin flames, it's about two people that are in separation. Even though it doesn't matter what it looks on the outside, you both are doing the work. You both are leveling up together. In your eyes, you don't think this person's on your level, and that's why you finally hit this point of, this person ain't not. You could be questioning right now if this person's more of a karmic, and that's okay, and very much so this person could be only a karmic to you, but you're okay with that. You're not worried about the label. Yeah, trying to fix it. I think this collective, you were so caught up on labels and so caught up in your feelings about what this person could provide you one day that you lost yourself at one point. You protected this person even when this person didn't deserve your protection. Lighting the way. Bottled up, holding back. I'm telling you, it's this collective. There's some things you got to say. There is some things you got to open up about. Yes, you finally said, you know what, I'm done. And I think the only thing you've done so far is just pulled back your energy and communication. I don't think you've gotten an opportunity to tell this person how bad they've hurt you. Who, kind of that entitledness of who do you think you are, swooping back into my energy, because clearly this person's coming in with an apology. I could see, let me do one more and then I'll move on to your person. Lady Venus, you could be ruled by the planet Venus for some of you. There's something about Aphrodite energy right here. You could be, if you're into like the craft, you could be into glamour magic as of the time being. And then I got ghosted at the bottom of the deck right here. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this collective, this person always had a habit of ghosting you, but I feel like for the first time, again, you kind of done it, but it's more than just, oh, I'm going to ghost them and get their attention. I think there is, again, with this whole reading, I think you've hit a point of, I'm truly done. This is not love. This is not normal for me to be chasing after somebody that you feel like, honestly, this person doesn't even like you. I'm going to be honest. And that's why you are truly questioning if this person is a karmic. And that is okay. But again, regardless, I think the first card that came out on how you feel about this person is Queen Bee, a natural leader, somebody who's confident, standing in their power, their strength, right? You're like, the one thing they taught me was self-worth, where before you could have struggled with that. Maybe even before this person, you've always had a reputation of maybe there's nothing wrong with falling in love too quickly. I'm not doing that. But you always thought, maybe you've always had a habit with every boyfriend or girlfriend coming in your energy. That's the one. That's my husband. That's my wife. That is my partner. And then it would end so badly and you get yourself so heartbroken. But this person, I felt like they set a different standard for you. But I think the biggest difference between, honestly, this person, maybe relationships before this person, is this is the first person, this one is the first one that never truly chased you, that never kept you. Again, I can't get over it at the beginning of the reading. It was a very lackluster. Oh, got notification sign. It says view your private. I couldn't read what it said there, but sign. But anyways, I felt like the way you look at this connection is like this person would easily get bored of you. And like I said, I forget what movie it came from, but it says, I'm going to do one more because my OCD's in the way on this one. It's like I finally got the message. He didn't love me. He didn't even like me. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting when it comes to this person. Yeah, epiphany, as I said that. You could have really hit a point, but again, you made peace with it. It's not, yes, I'm not saying it didn't hurt you. It's like, ouch, but you finally hit this point of, I don't think this person ever really liked me. With how quickly this person would get bored of you and detach from you so quick, and then they would go and run off towards somebody else. Clearly that's an avoidant, but at the same time, you're like, that is not love. Like, why am I chasing that? There is a lot of dogs here. You could own a dog, but there is something about, I feel like you are a representation of a dog in this case, as far as you're loyal, you're compassionate, no matter what, you have your owner's back. And that's kind of how I view this collective when it comes to your person. Even when this person treated you at an all-time low, you were always loyal to them, because I think you did get caught up in the cosmos and what you thought the stars were written between the two of you. You always believed this was destiny and fate. And now all of a sudden everything has changed. But again, I can't you've made peace with it. In a funny way, yes, you could have had an epiphany. Again, I think you've gotten a wake-up call recently of like, oh crap, this person could be on their way, but how are they on their way if they're with somebody else? You could be in the spot you really think that you'll never see or hear from this person ever again. But yeah, with this Lady Venus, like, look at her. I'm getting Aphrodite energy. Like I said, for some of you, you could be practicing glamour magic of some form. But again, there is something, maybe your whole life you did really struggle with insecurities. Maybe you always used to talk down on yourself and view yourself a certain way, or people would view you a certain way. Now you're like, I'm beautiful, I'm precious, I deserve the world. There is a complete shift in attitude. Again, with the blocking of the throat, that has come because of this person. And sometimes with karmic energies, like a lot of time, it takes them to break you for you to finally understand your self-power a little bit. But now let me get into how does this person feel about you this very, because this part will be interesting. How does this person feel about this collective? Let me start with 4, 2, 3. Okay, so I got sacrifice, the Grim Reaper, daydreaming, and then cool peppermint. No wonder you're picking up on this person's energy because they're heavily thinking about you. Owls could also be very significant. A night owl, this could come in at night is what I'm hearing. But the first card was the Grim Reaper, which is all about cutting something or someone off, breakup, divorce. I don't think something has happened yet because they're fantasizing about it with that daydreaming. Yes, I think they're fantasizing about you for sure because clearly if you're getting weight of like, oh crap, this person could be on their way, that means clearly they're thinking about you. They want this fresh new beginning with you. But I don't think there is an actual breakup that has took place quite yet because they still have decisions to make. It makes me curious. This is very sneaky energy, I have to say. I can tell already off the bat what their next intentions are. They're going to see where you stand, and if you're willing to take this person back, they will get rid of their third party. But if not, it's kind of this person still has a fear of being alone right now, and that is something this person with this addictions and replacing you with other women or men, whatever the case is. And again, I feel like the biggest third party is this person has always chosen other loves above this connection. Okay, this person, I'm telling you right now, still has a fear of being alone. This collective, clearly the opposite, where before not so much because you would always chase this person for validation. This person's still seeking out validation from either you. If it's not from you, it's from somebody else. I would immediately be very careful. Yep, I'm getting chills, sign. I don't think this person has the greatest intentions as of right now. I will say that. They have it. They're thinking about a breakup. I don't think anything. Like I said, do not make this detail fit, guys. You know this person's with somebody at this very moment. I don't think a breakup has happened yet. You may not be aware about that quite yet. Maybe you are getting dreams or visions, I should say, of like breakups happening, but I don't think anything's happened quite yet. And to be honest, when this person approaches you, I think they're still going to be with the third party, which is not, I have to say, there's something about this person, it's not like them for them to do that, because I don't think they've done that before, but let me keep going. The proud rebel, rule breaker, yeah, they're going to break the rules here, literally. Which is kind of gross, I have to say. Like, let's be real. If I, had a boyfriend, I found out my boyfriend was meeting up, like I said, to this third party, that is not okay. If I was, if I found out, again, my boyfriend went off and, like, had a talk with a ex for whatever reason, that would not sit right with me. I'm just saying that's me personally, my personal opinion. Sorry. It's very shady and it's not right. I'm going to be honest, it seems like this sounds funny, but the person, or women or men, again, gender doesn't matter on my page, this person tends to go towards is very opposite of you. They really try to go after usually I tap into third parties that try to be copycats of this collective. I don't feel that way. I feel like these women or men look the opposite of you. There is something about that. That's what I'm saying. This person really tried to get over you for a long period of time. They really were attached to people that acted or looked nothing like you because they didn't want to be reminded of you, but true avoidant. Sacrifice, the devil's domain, obsession. Now, ooh. I think I'm going to be honest, there is a reason, at the very beginning of the reading, we got Scorpio, and Scorpios, let's be real, have a, reputation of being obsessive and being, possessive again, but this person never really showed you, and this is something that may be like, no, they're not. I don't think in the forefront, in the 3D, this person ever shown that they were obsessed with you, but I feel like, again, what's suppressed, they are... Especially if they've always had to try to replace you with other people that looked and acted and is nothing like you, that means this person tried to avoid you. I didn't think this person wants to be in this obsession mode over you, but they clearly can't get you. Daydreaming. What are they daydreaming about? Doubt. Yeah, that's where I'm saying there's a little bit, they're thinking about you constantly. They are terrified. And I feel like this person, again, intuitively knows you are done with them. Because for the first time, again, don't make that detail fit. You are not blowing this person's phone up. You are not chasing them. You truly, I really think this collective, you could truly care less what this person's doing. You are detached. I can't get over that. Cool peppermint, ghosted. You both got the same thing. Ghosted, like I said, there's clearly been some ghosting situations that has happened, and like I said, I think this person's always been a pro of pulling their energy back, but now it's been you. Now I feel like this person with this new energy, they want closure. They are a little scared that you are like, get away from me, I am done. Then at the bottom of the deck, I got heart of betrayal, unfaithful, betrayal of trust. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this person has always lied to you. They've always led you on. They always made you feel like you were this small. But here's the thing. There's not too much accountability coming from their part. My biggest thing is they don't want to be alone. I really can tell you already what their next intentions are. Again, this is how this person still feels about you. They haven't cut this third party off because they want to see where you stand with them. And that's where I just want closure. Tell me where you're at. I don't like that because I'm telling you right now, like I said, not that it should matter, especially if the way this person treats you is like, you know what I'm saying? If you tell this person, go F yourself, get away from me, they're still going to be latched onto that third party. And that is something that chain they have yet to break. And I could truly say this does feel very karmic-y because I always say, true twins, soul ties, whatever, you guys would level up together. Doesn't matter what it looks like on the 3D. If this collective, you are breaking chains by, being alone, choosing to stay single. For some of you, I'm even hearing celibacy. If you're working on your spirituality and going living your life and detaching, this person is hanging on to a third party for dear life because they just don't want to be alone because themselves is very codependent. And that is something I feel like the both of you have mirrored from each other. This is why this person's always run from you, because in your own right, you held up a mirror to their face about their codependency attachment. They didn't like that, and they went towards people that maybe don't treat them the best or maybe match their energy. Just saying. Let's do a couple more and we'll get into... We'll move on to somewhere else. Yeah, complexities. And then there's that healing heart situationship, tricky situation, hard to figure out. Open your heart. Now they're ready. But again, I think it's kind of shady that they're still with somebody and they're going to run to try to talk to you. Makes me curious if this person is going to knock on your door. Because again, I picked up owl energy, like a night owl. This could come in at night. And again, especially if they're still with the third party, I don't think this person's going to be that dumb. They're going to straight up dial you in front of them, be like, hello. I think they're going to knock on your door on this one. So I would expect to knock on your door. Literally circus in town, nature call. You want to know what song immediately came into my head? Crap, what is that song called? Shit. My girl's in the next room. Sometimes I wish she was you. Lips of an Angel by Hinder. That song could be very significant to you. And that's the energy I'm picking up out of this person. Again, my girl's in the next room. Sometimes I wish she was you. Because of how you've detached, I truly do believe this person has finally gotten into this mode of, again, you've hit this point that this person ain't crap. I think this person's like, these women or these men ain't crap to me. I really let go of somebody that actually loved me. Crazy, I know. But let me get into... Actually, I'm trying to figure out what deck I want to use. Actually, I want to use this one. I want to see what epiphany has hit your... Nope, I'm kidding. I'm going back and forth. I can't make up my mind. Sign, that's how this person is. They can't make up their mind. I want to see why do they want it, more in detail, why they want to approach you, more what is their next intentions and all that sort of stuff. Why does this person want to come this collective? Because I'm telling you now, the Hermit, they don't want to be alone. You've pulled back your energy. You are healing. This is very narcissistic a little bit. I feel like you are attached to a karmic. I really do. Even though it's a very short-lived romance, literally the Magician in reverse. That's all about manipulation right here. It's almost Queen of Wands, literally Queen Bee. Very attractive. You are. True glow up that has happened. It's almost like I kind of uploaded a reading the other day on TikTok, actually, where, you know, it's all about this energy of like, they can't believe how you did it. This person knows they've hurt you, and yet you're still standing. You're walking through fire right now. You're rising like the phoenix. This person's doing everything they can to avoid their healing. True avoidant. But again, this feels karmic-y because I always say, like, feminines lead the way, you know, true soul ties, true twin flames, you know, and your person will follow. This person is holding on to dear life on why they don't. I feel like this person wants to be you. I'm going to be honest. 9 of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Wands. This is screaming again. They want to be you. They don't. The Death card. You're going through a transformation. You're going through a glow up. You're going through a rebirth process. This person's truly trying to avoid it. Why? Because with death comes rebirth. If you want your new life, you got to sacrifice your old one. I love that the Death card is a mirror. This person really hasn't changed. But I also do feel like, too, yeah, and there's that 7 of Cups reviewing their options. This person hasn't hit a masculine of, I'm going to go towards my person because I love, you know, my person. They're the one. I think the biggest regret, there is, I will say, with the 9 of Wands in reverse, a little bit of regret is like, dang, I really treated somebody, the one person that loved me, I treated like crap. I really manipulated them. I made them go through their heal. I think that is seeping through a little bit because of this mirror that's been shown, but they don't want to take accountability on that. I think this person just doesn't want to see you move on. They still want to see you trip over them. Literally Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They're not happy in their side of the pew. I don't care what's posted on social media, what it looks like. They're not happy. They're clearly not happy, especially if they're wanting to come right back to it. You, an ex, by the end of the day, you are an ex. Just saying. I feel like, again, I feel like your person still struggles with some form of addictions of some form. They're clearly still codependent, even if it's towards the wrong people, doesn't matter. You have risen above that. This person does not like that. That's what I'm saying. I think this person wants to be you. And unfortunately, I feel like this collective, you are unfortunately right. I don't think this person likes you. I don't. I don't care how charming and how, you know, deceiving it looks and all smiles and rainbows. I think this person's low-key your biggest hater. The Sun in reverse. You make them, it's not your fault. You make them feel weak. You make them vulnerable. You hurt their ego. By watching you afar. Okay, so then I got the Knight of Cups in reverse and then the Moon right here. And that's where I'm saying their next intentions are. It's sneaky with the Moon. There is still some lies that's going on. They are clearly not ditching off a third. There's nothing here about an ending yet. They know they need to go into hermit mode. Are they going to do it? No. Because they do not like sitting alone. And again, I think it comes from immaturity. Severe wound, and I think a lot of it is emotional immaturity, I'm going to be honest. And that part, there's nothing, and with that Knight of Cups in reverse, that shows it right there. This person's not coming in to win your heart back. They just want to make sure you're not moving on. And I think with the Moon energy, again, that's all about things hidden in the dark from you. I think they're going to come in very charming and very deceiving and all, you know, this, that, and the third. It's manipulative. They're still Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, third party is still there. They're not going to let you know that. You could know that because of social media or whatever the nonsense is. But I'm telling you right now, This person may come in to be like, well, do you still love me? Do you still care? They're going to pull everything in the book. And if you do the no, go F yourself, they're still going to be latched onto the third party. If you do tell them, yes, I want you back, I'll forgive you. Yeah, then they'll jump off third party. But no, because they don't want to be alone. Because I'm telling you right now, again, this person has always ran from you, regardless, which I don't think this collective you will. If you do take this person back, what's going to happen? You're going to show them in the mirror who they truly are. They're going to run from you again. They cannot be happy within themselves. This person is not happy right now, and they're coming back to see what is it about you they cannot get past. Whether you're aware of it or not, and with that mirror, and I know this collective, when it comes, I know you struggled with codependency yourself, but what you kind of mirrored out of this person, for one, this person taught you in their own way, you're better than them, you're better than that. You could level up behind this, but what you showed this person is healing. You always reflected out them, because I keep doing this. You showed them this is the kind of person you could be someday, but it's going to consider work. They don't want to put the work in. And neither did you at one point. It took you a long time for you to realize. I'm hearing like you finally like cracked your neck, be like, you know what, I got to get my together. You have. This person has not. And like I said, I got to tell you something about this collective. And that is something I do feel like with the Hermit card, though, that is something the both of you, or not both of you, this collective, you still got to heal from. Do not ever demonize yourself for falling in love. I know this person didn't treat you the greatest. And I feel like that's still seeping in your head is like, why did I love this person? Everything happens for a reason. Even if this does feel very karmic-y and, they're there to teach you a beautiful lesson. By the end of the day, this person showed you how you truly love. But you have to put yourself first. How can you expect someone else to love you properly if you didn't love yourself at one point? I'm seeing this collective like literally you're loyal like a dog. I'm hearing like a little golden retriever out of this collective. Golden retrievers could be significant. If you could love the wrong person as hard as you did, could you imagine how hard you can love the right person? I know, crazy. I keep seeing 143 a lot. 143, that, means I love you. That could be, a number you're seeing a lot. I feel like, I truly think this collective, you are going to get better. Find better. I'm going to go back to tarot again. Now I want to see, as far as the speaking your truth, what is the advice your guides want to talk to you about as far as speaking your truth, what to do? Because keep in mind, we are in Mercury in retrograde right now, but we also got Saturn in the retrograde. We got other planets in retrogrades right now, but those are the two I can only think of. That is also the planet of karma. So when it comes to karma, I always say back away from it. It's kind of like let God handle it, almost. What is some advice you have for this collective as far as speaking their truth? 4 of Wands in reverse, and then the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And I'm going to confirm what you already know. If this is your reading so far, do not give this person any more of your power than you already have. This is not union. Do not be deceived. Do not be naive anymore. I think you know that, but I really do feel like this person's going to come in a little bit charming. Again, I kept getting two-faced energy out of them. Ace of Swords. What do you need to speak up about? Oh! The Empress and the 4 of Swords. Yes! Yes! Do not forget who the fuck you are. You are the Empress. Are you kidding me? Look how much you have evolved. Where I'm going to be honest, a year ago, when it comes to this person, you didn't embody the Empress. You were wounded. Are you kidding me? No. Put it to rest. The Empress, you know, she attracts, she never chases. And that is truly what you're embodying. Again, I cannot get, this is beautiful. For the first time, you are not chasing this person. You could truly probably could care less about this person. The Empress, you know, I always kind of look at her a little bit. Again, when I say that, gender does not matter. She's a little bit classy, a little bit. I always look at the Empress in a way like she could be a straight up bitch to you, but with a big fast smile on her face. That's how to embody that. You could tell this person by without, and I'm hearing you don't need to go like cuss them out or do that, but you let them know who you are. Every time you try to forget who I am, I'll be right there to remind you again. 8 of Wands, this is coming quickly. This will definitely come within this retrograde, which is before August 11th. And again, remind them who you are. Remind them who they are. As far as you constantly put me in a mind ache. There was never an equal give and take. You always wanted to compete with me. We never had it all together. It was all an illusion. It was an illusion I painted for you. And you fell for it and I fell for it. And we're done here. Literally cut it off. Cut it to rest. 3 of Swords in reverse. Oh, please. And then the Queen of Swords, cutthroat. Baby, you're going to remind them who you are. How they've always made you feel. How they broke your heart, but you're not broken over them anymore. You've risen above that. I'm sorry, I'm going to be blunt. This person that you were attached to is a loser. I'm sorry, they are. For someone who has put you through this much heart and mind ache just to replace you and come back and be like, please don't leave me, that is manipulative, that is borderline narcissistic. If not very much so. I think it's simple. Tell them to go F themselves, to be honest. Like I said, I'm seeing a little bit of a classiness, and I'm seeing that with the Empress out of you. Like, I'm hearing that's how you are, though. You know how to be a bitch with a big, fast smile on your face. That could be a sign that's how you guys... But let this person know. You understand you hurt me, right? This is not a game to me. Remind them who you are, baby. Because you never got that truth. And I feel like that is something you've manifested. You want to be like, I need to... If this person comes back, I'm going to remind them who I am. Literally, the devil... And then the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. One second. And again, the devil does represent also addictions as well. You're finally breaking a cycle where before I think this person would always come in to hurt you and you would go back and slip up into addictions or struggle with something. Not anymore. You've released that. And that could be another sign. Maybe this person, I keep hearing beeping. Oh, there's a pickup truck down there. Sign now, it's going past me right now. This person, one second. I kept hearing beeping, but it was my TV. Cracked me up. But anyways, you could be hearing like a noise, like there, and it's a smoke alarm. It's not mine. It's on my TV. That could be another sign your smoke alarm batteries need to be changed. But regardless, I'm hearing I would let this person know. Do not let this person know any slip ups. You let them know how you have overcome addictions. Your mental health has gotten better without this person. Speak up. This is a form of you manifested this. Remind them, this person needs to go. It's safe to say that. This is very karmic-y energy. Let me do one more for how this person may react. 10 of Swords. It's over. This person wants to come in and have a closure. You give them closure. It's done. We're putting this to rest. I'm up here, literally 8 of Cups walking away. Shut up. Close that chapter, baby. Remind them who you are. Are you kidding me? All right. That was nice. Congrats, by the way, if you have overcame certain addictions, all that, like you did it, babe. I am seeing a little phoenix out of you. You have risen above the ashes. These are initials, first, last, middle names. I got to go quickly on this. Like I said, I think this will come quickly. So I got E, D, Q, S, U, R, J, Z, X, U, N, F, O, H, Z, Y. Let me do a couple more. I won't get into angel numbers. W, M, N, G, X. This could come in 10 days. And then C. All right, now these are specific memories, birthdays, upcoming ones to think about. Like I said, for some of you, I'm hearing 10. This will definitely come this retrograde. Just quick. Summer, 21st, the 3rd. Spring, 3 days from now or 3 days ago, the 16th, 14th, the 9th, the 21st, the 13th, 1 day, 27th, the 20th, Thanksgiving, and Easter. This is coming quick. Be prepared, baby.